What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with the inflationary data that just came out, and also when Jerome Powell's about to start a speech, which is going to cause some big moves in the markets. But before I get detailed all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you're guaranteed 7 free stocks. The offer ends very soon in just about 2 weeks. Anyways, for Tesla's trying to rebound today. We're currently testing this 173 resistance. We have resistance at our 20 and 50 EMAs on the 4-hour time frame, and we're testing this white trend line of resistance. If I zoom out of Tesla like this, you guys could see that this white trend line has been our resistance for the past couple of weeks, and Tesla is once again testing it again. So if we break through this could help Tesla push a lot more. Well, the current setup on Tesla does look a bit more bullish. We have an inverse head and shoulders like structure that does suggest that Tesla might try to push for 177, but just to be safe, we'll have to watch for confirmation. Now, there are other things affecting the markets I want to talk about. I just want to note that the PPI report was not that great overall. Month over month, PPI was up about 0.5%. We were expecting 0.3 to 0.2%, so a little bit hotter than expected month over month. Core PPI was at about 0.5%, slightly hotter than expected. We expect it to be between 0.2% in that range. And the thing is, despite it being a little bit hot month over month, core PPI year over year is still very, very close to expectations at 2.4%. And then PPI year over year for all items was 2.2%, once again aligned with expectations. So I'd say a very mixed PPI report. Most things were close to expectations, but month over month it did increase a bit, a little bit more than expected, but it's still not that crazy because year over year is still contained. So is it bad enough to cause the market to crash? I wouldn't necessarily say so, but it did cause the market to dip a bit. So we'll watch and see if any more changes come. Now, let me also note that at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech. Powell's going to be giving a speech at this discussion right over here. It's going to be in Amsterdam, so it's going to be very important. So whatever Jerome Powell says could affect the markets. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, excuse me. So keep that on your calendars. 30 minutes after the market opens, we'll see what Jerome Powell says. This might cause some volatility in the markets, so get ready for that. Now, when it comes to earnings, we just had Alibaba, the Home Depot, and Sony announced theirs. Also later on, we have a few more, such as New. For Alibaba, the shares are down quite a bit. They actually saw a big drop in their overall profitability. Shares are down about 5% right now. Revenue is once again a little bit below, or actually a little bit above what we were expecting, but it's actually a big drop compared to what we saw in the previous year. And then their overall projections and guidance was just so, not that great. But with this little drop in their margins, things are causing a little bit of a dip. The Home Depot also didn't have the best of earnings. Guidance was so. Their EPS was a beat at $3.63, but revenue was also a little bit short. And for their projected quarter, things are not as strong either. That's why the share prices are down. But Sony, on the other hand, did relatively well. They had strong Q4 revenue despite falling PS5 sales. And they have planned a stock split and a stock buyback, so pretty good news for them. That's why the share price is actually up quite a bit. All right, that's it for earnings for now. We'll be waiting to see what Jerome Powell says. For news involving Tesla, there's some news about how, and I actually went over like all these headlines already, how Elon Musk and the Tesla team are rehiring some of their old employees from the supercharger department. So that's what's making headlines. Tesla's getting a lot of criticism for it, but it's nothing new. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. I already went over that yesterday, but there's nothing new coming out. And so far, Tesla is showing some life and looking a bit more bullish from a technical standpoint. So technicals to me show that Tesla's going to try to fight this white trend line. If we break this, we could be looking for a move all the way up to 178. If we reject off this, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 170. If we lose 170, we'll be dipping down to 167 again. But remember, there was a time a couple of weeks ago where Tesla went up to 173, it dipped all the way down to the 166 to 167 area, then it rebounded. Today, if you look at how it's looking, we had this little drop yesterday to this 167.5 area. Now it's attempting to rebound, so it's very similar. Could we continue to push higher? It is still looking more probable if we manage to break the white trend line and start pushing to 177. So watch and see confirmation if we break our 50 EMA at 173.67. Then Tesla could push higher. We'll wait and see what Jerome Powell says because his speech will be the next catalyst for the markets. We'll see if he pumps the market or not. So I'll be very patient and just know that right now Tesla is looking a bit more bullish. For SPY SPY had a dip thanks to PPI all the way down to 518. Now it's getting bought back up, which shows buyers are still stepping in. And we're currently at 520 on SPY. If we lose 520, remember our support's at the 518 range. We have 518.9 to 20 EMA and 518 flats. If we break past it, watch 521.5 as resistance, 522.6, 524, followed by 525. We'll see what Jerome Powell causes during his speech. We might see SPY dip a little bit upon open and shuffle around 520, then continue to go higher after that. For the QQQ, like SPY, this thing came all the way down to about 440, got brought back up to 442. Watch 441.7 to 442. We might shuffle in this area upon open. Then when Jerome Powell opens his mouth, will we launch all the way up to 444, then eventually 446? Or are we about to get a rug pull and start dipping down to 437? We'll wait and see what Jerome Powell has to say. For Aapl, we have more upside potential. The chart is still bullish, in my opinion. If we lose 185 flat, the previous resistance becoming support, there's going to be a bigger drop to our 20 EMA to the 183s. If we break past 187, look for a push for 188 plus. I'll be watching, see what happens there. For Amzn's kind of dipping a bit. Look at the 50 EMA as our support. If we lose this 185 area, if we fail to hold this, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 183.5. If we bounce off this, we're going up to 186.86. As of right now, we're looking a little bit weak, so we could dip a little bit more, but then we'll see if Jerome Powell causes a bounce later or not. Metal also looks a bit more bearish. It could actually dip all the way down towards 458 if we lose the 463.5 support. If we bounce and we get above 465, look for 468 again. But overall, we're still looking kind of weak. VIX is kind of flat right now. For the memes, just know that GameStop is looking bullish right now. We're seeing a lot of buyers. It's broken past this resistance. So, if we keep going, we could easily start pushing towards that 80 area, then eventually 100 on GameStop. AMC managed to go all the way up to about past $10 a share. So with more buyers potentially coming in, we could see them push this for levels like 15 or so. It's always a strong possibility. So there's potential in AMC and GameStop to go higher, but be careful in playing them. Always secure profits quickly if you're trying to day trade them. And that's pretty much it for now. So for Tesla, technically speaking, we look a bit more bullish. I do favor upside right now looking at these technicals. It looks like a nice inverse head and shoulders and buyers trying to defend. However, watch for confirmation if we break this white trend line and then wait and see what Jerome Powell has to say at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep that in the back of your minds, guys. Powell's speech is coming and we'll see how things go. All right. So with that being said, that is your really, really nice and quick update for the pre-market for now. Jerome Powell's speech starts in about an hour from now, or about, I would say, 30 minutes after the market opens at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get ready, do what you have to do, guys. Prepare yourselves, and we're going to see some interesting moves. I'll be back after his speech completes, so we'll see how things go from there. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you guys very soon, and peace out.